We're going from 0 to 60 with Beauty and the Beast, so let's get cracking! Hello, my explorers, and welcome back to Loren's Adventures Out There. And if you are new, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. My name is Loren, and I'm with Castlescapes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. We do unboxings and hauls, pins, box swaps, Disney news, Disney reviews, and more. So if that sounds fun to you, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. So we are continuing our series from 0 to 60, which is our look at the films of the Walt Disney Animation Studios in chronological order. So we're from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we're going all the way to Encanto, its 60th film. Right now we are in the beginning of the Renaissance era for Walt Disney Animation Studios. We had talked about The Little Mermaid and The Rescuers Down Under. Now we are headed to 1991's masterpiece, Beauty and the Beast. Like the lyric says, this is a tale as old as time. It is about a young beauty named Belle who falls in love with the Beast. Despite his appearances, she sees the goodness in his soul. Unfortunately, there is a rival named Gaston who wants the hand of Belle and is jealous of the Beast. And we see that the most handsome man in the village is the true villain. Like many of the fairy tales, Walt Disney Studios had looked at Beauty and the Beast back in the 1930s. It also tried to look at it in the 1950s, but was just never successful in creating it. After the success of The Little Mermaid, Disney wanted to revisit fairy tales. And so it decided to develop Beauty and the Beast, and it was originally supposed to be a non-musical, very dark period piece. And it just didn't test well. And Jeffrey Katzenberg said, you know what, we need to make this brighter, and we need to make it a musical. Now, at that time, Howard Ashman and Alan Menken were working on a pet project, Aladdin. This is the film that Howard Ashman really wanted to work on. Well, Jeffrey Katzenberg approached the team and asked them if they would write music for Beauty and the Beast. And Howard Ashman reluctantly said that he would, and the rest is history. The film was then reimagined into a much brighter piece. It made basically into a Broadway-style musical, starting with the operetta by Belle at the beginning, and it's just a brilliant piece. They also followed more of the 1946 French classic version of Beauty and the Beast, in which there was a oafish suitor named Avenant who wanted the hand of Belle, who was the villain in the film, and it also had enchanted objects. And so these things came into play after they scrapped the original non-musical version. Relative newcomers at the time, Kirk Wise and Gary Trousdale, were brought in to direct the film. Now, during the course of this project, Howard Ashman discovered that he had contracted AIDS. And he had to tell Disney that he had contracted the disease. Now, at that time, it was a very scary time for people who had AIDS. And a lot of people feared people who had AIDS. And to Disney's credit, they made every effort to make it easy for Howard Ashman to work on this project. They were originally working in London, and they moved it to closer to his home in New York, so that he didn't have to travel very far and could work at ease. So that was a great boon to Disney to do that for him. Sadly, 6 months before the release of the film, Howard Ashman passed away from AIDS-related complications. Before he passed away, several of the production crew went to visit him, and producer Don Hahn said that the film would be a great success. Who'd have thought it? And Howard Ashman replied, I would. The film was dedicated to Howard Ashman. At the end of the film, it says, to our friend Howard, who gave a mermaid a voice and a beast a soul, we will forever be grateful. Howard Ashman, 1950 to 1991. I'm getting a little teary-eyed having read that. The film went on to great critical acclaim as well as box office success. It also went on to win different awards throughout the award season. The most notable is that during the Golden Globes, it won for Best Musical and Comedy, as well as for Beauty and the Beast for Best Song. And at the Academy Awards, it was the first, not only Walt Disney animated feature, but any animated feature to be nominated in the category of Best Picture. Don Hahn, the producer, was nominated in that category. It was nominated but did not win, and that is when they decided to create the category for Best Animated Feature. It also won Best Original Score for Alan Menken, and it won Best Original Song for Beauty and the Beast. Be Our Guest and Belle were also nominated, but Beauty and the Beast was the song that won. Speaking of the song Beauty and the Beast, actually, there is a story about how Howard Ashman and Alan Menken really wanted Angela Lansbury to sing the song Beauty and the Beast. But she was hesitant about it. She thought that her voice couldn't really carry the melody. And they said if she wouldn't mind doing a take and see how she felt. Well, her take brought the whole production company to tears. And that is the version that we hear in the film and the version that won the Academy Award. Can you believe that? That's such a great story. Beauty and the Beast is regarded as perhaps the greatest film in the Renaissance era. And I will agree with that. Now, I know that I had sparked some controversy, probably very little controversy, but anyway, nonetheless, I had said on this, on one of my episodes, that I felt one of the most overrated films was Beauty and the Beast. Now, that was interpreted as I didn't like Beauty and the Beast. That is far from the truth. I love Beauty and the Beast. I know all the music. I watch it every time that I see it. I will occasionally watch it, when I feel like it. I watched it in preparation for this video. So I do love the film. Where I am talking about it is that I am just, if anybody that knows me, I am a fan of the underdog. So I like films and things that traditionally are underappreciated or, just don't get the attention. So that's what I was trying to say about Beauty and the Beast. But I do think that it is a wonderful film. I think it's a great film, and I do think that it probably was the best film of the Renaissance era. What did you think of the film Beauty and the Beast? I would really love to know. Do you agree that it is the greatest film of the Renaissance era? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And if you had a good time or you thought that this was um, informational or interesting, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notification, and do like this post. I'm trying to do more content that isn't so much opening up items and things like that. I know a lot of people love to watch that, but there's such a big array of Disney that I love, and I love to talk about the films. I never thought that I would make it this far into this project. I thought maybe I would start it and then just kind of stop it in the middle of the wartime era. But I am in the Renaissance era. I plan to complete this. I've gone this far. So I hope that you're with me on the journey. Anyway, reach us on all of our socials down below. Visit our website at www.castlescapesandclones.com. Thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye!